So today, everyone, I have a couple of updates for your boy Chud the Builder,
Racist devil.
otherwise known as Dalton Etherly. He is in a Clarksville jail in Tennessee, I believe close to Nashville to be exact. And he is waiting on his bond to be approved so that he can be released. Somebody has, if I'm not mistaken, posted has the money, the $1 million to post his bail, but the paperwork and the legal processes and verification things are still ongoing. So right now he's still in jail.
It's above me now.
This right here is from ClarksvilleNow.com, Clarksville, Tennessee. It says courthouse shooting. State moves to revoke Dalton Etherly's bond as defense pushes to post. Well,
Enemy spotted.
the defense pushed to approve a bail source for Dalton Etherly in the Clarksville County Pew Pew case, while prosecutors sought to revoke bond. We're going to get into this. And there's also a TMZ article I want to cover. Chud the Builder, emotional plea in court to return his truck for his fiance's sake.
Enemy spotted.
We're going to get into both of these articles. Of course, before I start reading, if you don't mind, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you want to further contribute to the channel, hit that button down below to hype the video up, please. That would help me out in the algorithm. And of course, hit the Cash App, $, Mr. Normie. So let's scroll down here and let's start reading and let you fine folks know what's going on with our boy Chud. Okay, make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see it. There we go. Okay, Clarksville, Tennessee. Motions to post and revoke bond were argued Friday for Dalton Levi Etherly, who is charged in a May 13th incident outside Montgomery County Court Center. Etherly, 28, is charged with attempted deletion, deploying a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, dispute over bond donations, and source of fund rules. During the hearing, the defense asked the court to reduce bond and approve a bail source so Etherly could post it. Prosecutors, however, moved to revoke bond in his earlier harassment case, which was bound over to the grand jury on April 8th, according to court documents. Defense attorney Jake Finley had also filed motions Thursday afternoon for the return of Etherly's truck and for LA bail bondings to post bond in excess. Under local bonding rules, no single company may write a bond over $50,000. Where is my sound effect? And any bond above that amount must be approved by the court. Two companies may combine to write a bond up to $100,000, but anything higher requires a petition. So right now, because his bond is $1 million and there are certain rules about the amount of bond that I guess any single bond company can post, well, he's having problems with the amounts, of course. Okay, so that's, it's a big hurdle. Judge William Goodman III said those motions could not be heard Friday because they were filed less than 24 hours before the scheduled hearing instead of the required 10 days. Assistant Attorney Chris West argued that Tennessee's source of fund statute requires donations to be verified. He said most of the money raised for Etherly came from anonymous or unidentifiable donors, making verification virtually impossible. The vast majority of that money came after this offense occurred, West added. He also asked the court to revoke Etherly's bond in the harassment case since he was out on bond when the shooting occurred. Woo-wee. So he was already out on bond for the harassment case he had, and then this happened. So technically, he violated the bond that he had in the other case. So why should he get bond in this one is what he's arguing. Also, they're arguing that, as they say here, the source of funds statute requires donations to be verified. Well, since he used a crowdfunding source, many of the donations that were given to Chud are unidentifiable. So even though he has money, can he use that money toward his bond because they can't verify the identities of the people that gave him the money.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Boy. Oh, man. Finley asked Goodman to overturn Judge H. Reed Poland III's earlier order prohibiting Etherly from using crowd-sourced donations raised after May 13th to post bond. He said Etherly has raised almost $300,000 and argued the money was not tainted by criminal activity. Quote, "There is no law that prohibits crowdsourced money to be used for bail," Finley said. Goodman said a hearing to rule on all of the motions for June 3rd at the Montgomery County Court Center. Finley noted that Etherly will be coming from a court appearance in Nashville that day. So he's got a court appearance in a whole nother court and then come to this. Man. So again, the problem he's having is that the donation, this $300,000 that he has, that he wants to use toward his release, because there's rules against crowdfunding, there's rules against unidentifiable sources and things of that nature. He might not be able to use any of that money to his bail.
I need that money.
Which would be sad.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
For him, it'd be sad anyway. Fight and the pew pew fire outside courthouse. Etherly, online known as Chud the Builder, is charged in the pew pew of Joshua Fox outside the courthouse. The confrontation began as a verbal dispute in Millennium Plaza, where investigators said Etherly turned his body in a bladed stance and reached for a firearm in his jacket pocket before a physical fight began, according to previous reports. During the struggle, Etherly fired multiple shots. Fox was hit in the torso and the arm, and Etherly also hit himself in the arm. 7 shell cases were recovered, all from the same gun. Multiple shots. Wait a minute. So Fox hit the torso and the arm. Etherly hit himself in the arm. There were 7 shell cases recovered. That means he was blasting. Okay. Surveillance footage with no audio captured the encounter, and investigators testified that the video shows Etherly drawing a firearm, not mace, as he later claimed. Fox was flown to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville for emergency surgery and survived. What led to the $1 million bond and release conditions? As his May 15th arraignment, Poland advised Etherly of the charges and potential sentencing, including 15 to 60 years on the attempted deletion if convicted. Poland said the initial bond at $125 million, noting the number of bystanders in the plaza and the seriousness of the incident, according to previous reports. At a May 21st bond hearing, investigators detailed additional findings, including a bulletproof vest and an airline ticket to Istanbul dated May 22nd found in Etherly's truck. Finley noted that there was also a return ticket and said that Etherly was not a flight risk. Officers also recovered a rifle, shotgun, ammunition, and a suspected bag of marijuana and electronic devices from Etherly's home. Poland reset the bond at $1 million, noting state law requires it to be at least double the customary amount since Etherly was already out on bond in 2 other cases, one in Montgomery County for harassment and one in Davidson County for disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and theft. The case has been bound over to the grand jury. So this guy was already out on bond for 2 other cases: harassment, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and theft. This is why his bond was so high, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you look at it from a technical term, he's already had prior, incidents. He's already had prior, I won't say convictions, but prior charges. And so then we got resisting arrest, we got theft, we got harassment, and then we have a shooting. So with all that together, plus the incident itself, where there was people out there was bystanders, there was multiple shots fired. This guy could have easily lost his life. And Chud, if this other guy had a weapon, it would have been a full-on freaking, blaze. and people could have got hit, right? So if you look at everything, this is where the $1 million came from, and actually it could have been more, or they could have just had no. If the prosecution had their way, he wouldn't have got bond at all. But let's go to this little small truck thing. TMZ, Chud the Builder, emotional plea in court. Return my truck for my fiance's sake.
Enemy spotted.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Yes, please. My wife needs her truck. Or our truck. Let's make it bigger so y'all can see it. Chud the Builder is making an emotional plea in court to get his Ford truck back, claiming cops seized it during his recent arrest but have yet to return it, TMZ has learned. We obtained new court docs showing Chud asked for his 2018 white Ford F-250 to be returned over to him. The vehicle was taken into custody by cops after Chud made arrest. 2018 Ford F-250. That's a nice truck, by the way. Sturdy and dependable, but definitely stereotypical. Chud says the seized truck was not contraband or evidence in the arrest. He says the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is continuing to hold onto his car without legal justification and, is causing undue hardship to him and his fiancée.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Who needs to pick up to get around. Well, do we really care?
Nope.
But it's Chud the Builder, right? So I get it. You got a wife, you got a fiance. If y'all was living together, you was the breadwinner, blah blah blah. Okay, I get it. She needs transportation, and you're not streaming no more, so your money source is gone. As TMZ first reported, Chud was involved in an incident outside Tennessee courthouse. He was arrested after the incident and charged with criminal attempt deletion, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Chud's bond was recently lowered to $1 million after he claimed bond companies were afraid to get involved in the case. Well, attorneys were afraid to get involved in the case. Either he was lucky to get someone that was willing to take the case, probably for clout, but you gotta do what you gotta do to make a name out here for yourself, right? So I don't fault the man for taking his case. He's doing his job to try to get more notoriety. All good. But Chud, you're a POS and you're gonna get whatever's coming to you. I don't know how heavy-handed the Tennessee courts and laws are gonna be, but hey man, all I'm gonna say, you get whatever you get. All right, that's my opinion on it. But that is the updates for your boy Chud the Builder, aka Dalton Levi Etherly. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Armchair Anchorman. I'm just here to give y'all the news from my chair in front of a camera. Let me know what you think about Dalton Etherly and his latest attempts to try to get out of jail, or on bond at least, and to get his fiancée that truck that she somehow most desperately needs. Y'all let me do it down in the comment section. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Be out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.